Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We're here in La Dorada Caldas. We're just on the back of the Palacio de Justicia, or as I call it, the Palacio de Injusticia, in my experience. Anyway, let's keep it light and positive because that's what we're here for. But you know, there's like a lot of negative issues to address for the youth, because you've got a youth population, those that are down and out, that are the ones like that we keep talking about in the videos. But not only that, the reason is multi-layered, this problem. What I'm proposing is that this area here is developed as a skate park. We don't have one. Obviously in the big cities there are, but I think it's a fantastic exercise. It's beautiful, body, mind, spirit. Not only skating but cycling. There's a nice big wall around it. It's secure. It's a huge area, great for the kids, nice and safe, and you know, for the amount of money for this project put in, for the benefit to the community that we're going to get out, is just tremendous, because you could have like literally, you know, a couple of hundred people in there skating and BMXing, doing the track and the ramps and all of that. And then that is like a great addition to the fantastic project that's already started with the funds of the I imagine, you know, the development funds from the sustainability fund, the UN connection. So yeah, there's nothing for the youth in Dorada. There's nothing for the youth. So the kids that go through a traumatic upbringing then have no support network, because the ICBF are good for absolutely nothing, stroke UN. And now I just read only 2 days ago in my research that they have a plan to like digitalize and give it all over to AI. That also the Guardians have created, just like the Guardians created the AI for Peace project with the Google, basically. So you've got Google who built the control grid in China, where you can't leave your neighborhood and you can't say this and you can't say that. I would have probably just been put in a camp by now in China. They'd have had me in a camp. Oh dear. They'd have had me in a camp. Just been passed by the police there. It's actually funny that, because when the guy put his hands on me, the Police Nationale, there was a group of other police were attended on the 23rd, day after my son's birthday, that I didn't attend, where the commissariat ad hoc for the last time in his life called the police on me, and this next squad attended, and the guys just passed me there in the front of the 4x. So yeah, this is like I'm in the two worlds. I've got Paulie over here, like, you know, with all that going on, and then the permaculture design evolutions consultant. So you see how big this area is. It's fantastic. It's all walled in, all secure for the kids. Get some cameras up over it. It's like, look, it's massive. It's got to be like a good, whatever, I don't know, 5, maybe like 70 meters by 40 or 50. It's perfect. And the Peace Pyramid, which I've got now like visualized. I've got a graphic of it. We'll be here in my King Paulie's world. The Peace Pyramid will be by the river. We'll be here. So you've got that going on, and then you've got like the little sports facilities over there, which I mean, there's just so much that we can do, but look at this beautiful Magdalena River here. So, you know, all the kids nice and safe here, the adults, big area to chill out in the pyramid, chatting, alcohol-free zone, of course. No drugs, no alcohol, but the space will be respected because the aesthetics will bring naturally that people are, wow, you know, what a gift to the community. So I'm suggesting like a big square built with earth bags, like big, right? Like a big thing. So that we go down a bit, we have like 3 steps down, can't go down too much. So I guess it could all have to be waterproofed. But anyway, like steps going down, have an archway to go into it, to the wall. There's like a big wall. We build a big wall that the pyramid is going to sit on top of, so it's going to be like a square, straight square, 3 arches, 1 big one, 2 small, and you go into it, and it's going to be high. It's going to be like 40 meters high, something like that, really big, high. And the tech, the light tech, is going to be suspended from the middle with the sacred geometry and all that stuff. So this is what World Free Group, or World Free. I like World Free. I prefer World Free Colombia, World Free Gambia, World Free Jamaica, World Free North America, World Free Russia, World Free. Just World Free wherever we are. The idea is we just bring like consultants of in the areas of speciality of health, spirituality, evolutionary tech now that's merging in this convergence of technology and spirituality, ancient traditions. This new revolution in flight is what I'm interested in. I think that Colombia should invite all of the aviation companies in the world that are creating this new, you know, technology with the electrics, flight or gas, whatever. But that we should bring them all here. We should have a big tech symposium, and that the government should invite them with really good deals on the tax side to set up here. And this is the gig. We grow the aviation tech from the ground, that we pay the farmers like they did in the Second World War to grow hemp. Yeah, we not only don't insist you need a license of 5 million to grow hemp, we say we'll give you 5 million if you grow hemp. And then along the Rivers of Peace project we can have a big, where the forestry ends, we can have another, like whatever, 50 meters going or more, whatever, everything's possible. The idea is that we produce the finest hemp material, but more than that, we produce the hempcrete, the fiber, to make the polymers, the plastics, just like Henry Ford did, and his dream was to grow a car from the ground. My proposal is that we make it super economic, this industry, as economic as we can, by connecting that like space age tech with the farmers in Colombia who produce the raw material. Also goes into like obviously the reconstruction project of global Earth, not the construction, the reconstruction, where the houses are getting built, the villages are getting built. It's the most sound, economic, social, spiritual solution that I have ever discovered. And I say discovered because I can't take the credit for it, because it's just all these different influences that have just converged. It's like, oh my God, they even realised it was what I was proposing. But when you break it down on the side of what it's going to cost a government to give a citizen enough money, the materials and the money here especially, is really economic, to build the earth bag house, so you're not bringing in all the, you're still going to need some concrete and blocks. He's obviously going to be rendering and whatnot, this space, flooring, but we're going to drop the price of the housing down and say the training is there to do it, right? To everyone will know how to do it. There'll be loads of teachers, trainers, people to help you construct, and then there's a house. And if you do it as a system, there's a load of now property owned by the people that deserve to own the house because they built it. And here endeth the sermon. Yeah, positive steps in a positive direction. I'd say as a president like President Trump, Vladimir Putin, God bless you all, Modi, Senor Gustavo, like, you've got a country wherever you are with a shit ton of problems, right? But if you can focus on just on a big solution, one big solution to the problems will be getting houses built for everyone. And if you think about, like, in Europe, like in Spain now, they just give 500,000 people citizenship that didn't have it, you know, and unfair enough. But now what? Because the reason they're all there is mostly they're from Africa, because where they're from is the situation is that poor, because of countries like Spain and France and England have been vampiring off the you know, the fat of the land since colonialism, that they're there to begin with. I reckon if you worked out now how much it's going to cost the state 1 year for housing and paying that person like benefits, state benefits, right? You work out how much that is 1 year, right? And then additionally, you look at your prison population and you look at how many black people, North African people are locked up, as opposed to, like, you know, like native residents, wherever it is, Spain or wherever. How much is that costing you for a year? What did you do to get there? You know, you have to start crunching the numbers. So what I'm saying is that imagine if now, like, say, wherever you're from, you've landed in France, you're stuck in your apartment, you ain't really got a job, there's not much going on, there's a lot of bad shit going on around, right? If the Spanish government, right, say Spain, France, the government said to you, right, it's going to cost us, like, in the next whatever year, this much, and I bet it'd come to something around 15k minimum, 20k, I've got no idea, right? But what if they said, right, well, we're gonna provide this money to you, right, in your home country, to build a house with you all of your garden producing, and encourage the local arts, like get the British Council on this. See what I did there? You know, like, or the whatever the equivalent of the Spanish government, and in a village. So you're building that community, the rivers of peace, you do it along the rivers, that's what I'm saying. And see how many people are really happy living in Paris or Madrid with no job, getting harassed by the police on the street. You know, it's brutal. Away from the place, not speaking the language, not seeing the family, there for a better life, and they get there and it's like, on the emotions, it's not much better, it's crap, especially England. I think that the government would be surprised, along with working with the governments of the place where the people come from, to you know, like, what is the best, you know, calm things down. is what I'm saying, that you calm the shit down, because the planet is going to shit, it's gone to shit. And you know, I'm gonna loop back in again to like what I only seen it yesterday, and not been paying too much attention to Davos, but what Mr. Trump's idea is that if you get the business going, you get commerce going, you get things flowing, then everyone's happy, there's no lack, there's less lack. You can have your billionaires, you can have your beautiful houses with your bunkers in case we all come with the pitchforks, but that's not going to happen, is it? Because you started thinking straight, that the only reason you're there is because of the super intelligence of the human beings that have created a platform for you to be a billionaire. Don't you get it? It's intelligence, human intelligence that's put you there, whether it's from your own family or whatever, that we're all as human beings like a result of the one consciousness. And that manifests as technology. This phone now, this voice is technology, because I'm influencing the world using the technology. William Blake would have loved this. My big inspiration, the poet, artist, and you know, the abolitionist, the anti-slavery guys. Please, you know. So, going off on a bit of a tangent, I just let you know that's. I saw in the Whitworth Art Gallery in Manchester, there was exhibition of his work, William Blake's work, and one of the big things that jumped out and tickled me was that he knew, and he said that satire is the biggest tool for bringing down a corrupt establishment, a group of people. Because once you get people laughing at you, gatiko, slapito, the gorilla, babe, sacerdote, rompehuevos, arache, like everybody in the community now will know you under those names for the rest of your God-given lives, and you deserve it. It's called psychological warfare, flipping the script, because it's what you did to me. Turned me into the hostile gringo, didn't you? Well, hostile now. Speaking the truth when the truth is hostile and affects you on a negative, means that you're a liar. Means that your spirit is uncomfortable because you know that you're not standing under the truth. That makes you a liar around kids as well. So, Armando, I'll leave it on a note for you. Deeply unhappy with your attitude, your disrespectful attitude. You're ignoring the basic facts. You need to speak to your guy. What's his name? John Freddy. You need to speak to him and ask him, what the hell have you done to this guy? And why did you enter his life without a radicado number, saying that you're from the judicial police or the fiscalia, mind me for a load of information, knows about all the threats in the family, the details of it, which I do not choose to go into over another YouTube video, right? I've written it down time and time again. I'm going to go home now, and if I have to repeat myself again about the death threats, about the stories in the family, about people swimming over rivers with babies on the back when they just murdered someone, yo. And then 2 days ago, I find out that where I live there in Masala, yeah, they were throwing the farmers off the heights, yeah, in the 40s and 50s, when the same man who swam across the river was running around with his gun thinking he's a bad man, a proper gangster. And then I get dropped there in Marsala like, oh yeah, it's a lovely place, isn't it? When that same 70-year history of a gangster, the grandfather or great-grandfather of my son, right, was running around there, right, I'll tell you now, was known in that area. He was there from the start. He was a boss, a Heffy. On the right. But he wasn't right, was he? So all of that bad energy and bad karma there in Victoria is what I am dealing with, and that what I've had to deal with, I've had to face with the wicked old lady who threatened my life. What about the guy that died 2 weeks after he didn't pay the money when she was selling masks, and he owed her loads of money, and she said, well, don't pay me, that's okay, but you won't enjoy it. And then 2 weeks later he's dead. She said, smiling in the kitchen, doing the dishes next to me, because we've got 2 sinks to do the dishes in Loma Linda. Hazel was never there, but never mind, you know. Yeah, so what's that? Yeah, and I said, he was dead. I said, why, what happened to him? She went, no say. Hey, Luz, do you remember? Just one of you threats and the other stories. I'm still waiting to speak to someone, I guess. I'll just have to do it like this on YouTube, because I've written these things down multiple times, especially for Wiltshires, first of all. And I'm still here without my son. You know, things are looking a lot better, but I'm still here without my son, and I'm still receiving emails that I shouldn't be receiving from the Fiscalia in Manizales, Armando. Just absolutely off the scale for, like, well, just downright abuse. It's your fault, Armando, all this. You should have given me that if you'd just pulled your finger out. You and Jazmin and Astrid, the 3 main culprits on the higher ups that should have, like, put a stop to what was going on locally. You've allowed the Fiscalia in La Dorada, the Fiscalias in Samana to just run all over my human rights, to allow loads of abuse in process, and still molest me like you did yesterday with your email that you sent, where you're telling me, oh, I sent it to Dorada. Oh, right. Well, last time I went in the office, the guy threw me out. He had me with the security. Didn't want me there. You know why? Because he's the same guy that took the complaint in December the 16th to 2024. And then when I went in like the February, when I'd heard nothing, when I went in, it looked like a dirty rat had just walked into his office. He pretended he couldn't remember. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Right. And then I get another 2 weeks goes by, and I get a message saying it's been archived. Now, it's 10 days in the law, yeah, that you had to respond, and you didn't. 10 days, yeah, maximum. So that makes you fraudulent, whatever your name is, Diego something, the big guy, the Fiscalia 5 in La Dorada, and yourself, Armando, totally fraudulent in your work, in your process, in your job. I don't know how you can live with yourself. You can see the tremendous stress and strain that I'm under from my videos, and you're still there saying, actually, you got criminal cases against you for slander, when you're talking about Daniel Wiltshires, who made the case because the ICBS staff in La Dorada gave him the personal documents that were supposed to go to you. My denuncias and my complaints about my son not eating, which then enabled him to get a little defense or attack together, slam that in, throw Juan Camilo Paraderios into office, and just continue with the absolute carnage and abuse of my son's heart and his mind and his life, all to cover up the fraudulent UN projects, the education project, and this acquisition of land, which means that everyone loses the sovereignty, all the bollocks. You don't need to know. It'd be too much for your head to wrap around, really. You need a bit of a lateral brain. Yeah, you know, you need to have a very good think and like research for quite some time to understand exactly what's going on. But I say no. I'm not on the menu, and neither is my son. He's not on the menu, mate, right? You've got him in this IPAC education program, right? This AI program, right? Pacific-wide program. I didn't know anything about it, yeah? And then you've got this pedo hanging around. I'm not calling him a pedo, this pedo artist. I call it pedo art. I've seen some of his others. I took a one look at it, and I said, right, that's enough. I've got it. I can't look at it again. I can't study it. I'm gonna get all the pictures together, and I'm gonna get them all on one piece of paper, and I'll do it as like a collage, because I think that will give a stronger impression for your subconscious mind, because my words certainly do not sink in. Okay, Armando, Jazmin, Astrid. This is you make me sick to my back teeth, literally sick from my bottom belly to my ass to my back teeth. You make me sick, the lot of you. You're a bunch of sick, pedo protecting sickos. Okay, no mess with my matty. If you think I'm aggressive, you think I'm angry, I am, because you took my son. That's what's supposed to happen. Oh, it's okay. Oh, yeah, okay, Matty, I'll see you when you're 16, I guess, when when you're allowed to, decide whether you want a father or not. Emmerich, Weissenberger, you're going to prison. You're going to prison, mate. You're getting locked up for a long time. Get your dirty pictures away from the youth, man. Who do you think you are? You disgusting excuse for a human being. You Jacobean, Frankist, whatever it is you're into. I know exactly who you are and what you're into. Reversing everything. You're full of shit. Ems, you're a dirty scumbag. You can't face me. You can't respond to me. You can't answer any emails, even when I'm accusing you straight of possibly being a paedophile, and you just hide behind your little, behind your shield, or who you think is protecting you. Well, no, 2026, reversing the camera.